Hi, hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Devin if you are new here, and I'm so excited you have decided to join me. In today's video, I'm doing a little bit of meal inspiration, so I'll be showing you all of the different breakfasts that I ate within a week. I will say that these were not filmed like consistently, if that makes sense. Like, I know for the first one I didn't film how I put it together, but I think for all of the other ones I did. So hopefully that doesn't become too much of a problem, but yeah, all of the recipes will be linked down below in the description. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and bye! Okay, so I just kind of pulled up a list of everything that I made on a Google Doc, and we're gonna go over it now. So, just a little quick disclaimer. This is not telling you what you need to eat or telling you what you should eat. This should just be used as food inspiration, so maybe you get inspired to make one of these meals for your breakfast tomorrow or next week, or you take a little bit of something out of this video and you're like, okay, I like that, but I kind of don't like that, so let me, take this recipe and make it my own. Really do whatever you want with it. I hope that you are able to find your own balance with the meals that I provide for you. So, another disclaimer, I do take vitamins every day. That's my care of back there. I take vitamins D, B12, and a probiotic and a cranberry pill every day. And that's just because since I am leading a vegan diet, you kind of do need to add supplements into your everyday diet. Let me just say, I legit choked right here, so don't mind that. And even if you're not, you should probably be taking supplements, but make sure you consult a doctor before you do anything. This is just what my doctor recommended for myself. This is not sponsored by Care of, but I just wanted to take the time to read what that said. And it basically said that the US has more museums than Starbucks and McDonald's combined, and that literally blows my mind. Okay, sorry, bye. That little rant is over. It's time to get into the video. On day one, this is the day that I kind of forgot to film what I made, but I did show you it. I just didn't tell you how I made it. So I had just a plain old coffee, and in that I had some vanilla syrup and oat milk, and then I just blended it together. And for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of what the little mixer thingy is, but I used that. I can't remember it. I want to call it like a whisk, but I know it's not a whisk, but I can't remember the name, so please do forgive me. That's what I had that morning, and then later on I kind of had another breakfast because coffee isn't enough for me. So then I had a bagel, and this just had almond butter on top as well as some Nutriva, which is like Nutella, but it has no like milk or any dairy products in it. It is completely vegan, and it honestly sits better with me than Nutella ever did. I could never, every time I ate Nutella afterwards I would feel so sick, and it was just weird, but this one does not make me feel that way, so that's really great. On day 2, I had banana pancakes. So for my banana pancakes, I've seen some people use just 3 recipes, some people use more, but this is just specifically what I use. I added in a half a cup of oats, and then half a tablespoon, about that, I don't really know, but I kind of just dump it in. It's probably about half a tablespoon or 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and then half of a banana. The other half I use to top it later on. And then half a cup of oat milk, and I also added in a splash of vanilla, but I kind of just blend this up in my blender, and then when I'm finished I just put it on top of a pan and put some vegan butter on it and fry them up. I made about 3. I also put some chocolate chips inside of it, which makes it really good, and then topped it with that leftover banana and some strawberries, which I ended up picking off afterwards because they were really bad, but I thought it looked cuter with the strawberries, so I just used it for the pictures.
Baby, you get your way.
For day 3, we had oatmeal. So for this oatmeal, I had a cup of milk. I know that the measuring cup is a half cup, but I ended up putting, 2 half cups, which equals 1 cup. So, put a cup of milk into a pot and let that boil with a little bit of cinnamon. And then once it came to a boil, I added in half a cup of old-fashioned oats. Or you can use rolled oats. I kind of just like old-fashioned when I'm like, I like old-fashioned for school days because it cooks easier. I don't know why words disappeared from my head just now, but they did. And then once it finished cooking and it was like the perfect oats consistency, I added in about a tablespoon of cocoa powder, which was a lot. It was very rich and overpowering, but it was also very good. So then I ended up topping this bowl off with cacao nibs, banana, and a lot of maple syrup by accident. I really hate adding a lot of sweetener, so I really regretted that, but it was still good. And then later on, I added some kamut puffs because they just belong on everything, if I'm being honest. So day 4, wow, we're moving pretty quick. I had overnight oats. This was a half a cup of old-fashioned oats with a tablespoon of brown sugar, or so. I didn't measure this, but I'm gonna guess it's about a tablespoon. Cinnamon, and then a cup of milk. And then I actually had a little bit of milk left in my carton. This was soy milk, just so everybody knows. This was soy milk, just so everybody knows. But I just decided to add in the leftover soy milk, which was an accident. It offset the ratio so bad. I had so much milk left in my mason jar the next day that I had to like dump half of it out, which was really sad because I probably like could have made like an iced coffee or something with it. But I did make an iced coffee this day too, I forgot to say. I made an iced coffee. It's the same recipe as a regular coffee, the regular coffee that I had made earlier on, except I freeze it overnight, or not freeze it, I refrigerate it overnight, and then in the morning I just add in some ice cubes and I have a nice little iced coffee. I ended up heating this up the next morning for about a minute and then topped it with some fried apples. Alright, so I'm getting ready to hop on a school call, but I figured I'd show you my breakfast really quick. I don't know why I'm acting like that. Okay, I have an iced coffee that I made, and this iced coffee it's just some coffee that I made with my, what's that thing called? I have a Keurig. You make it with your Keurig, and then I put it in like the refrigerator overnight, and then in the morning it's nice and cold. There's some oat milk in it, and then some vanilla syrup, and that's my iced coffee. And then I have oats here, and it's just my overnight oats. I ended up warming them up in a pot because I blew a circuit, so I had to do that. And then there's just some fried apples on top, which is just really simple, really basic. It's just, I always do like old apples that I have with some brown sugar, some butter, and some cinnamon, and you just have basic fried apples. So let's try it together. Okay, I love this so much. This is my favorite breakfast like ever. So, and for our 5th and final day, I made oats just one more time. I made baked oats, which I'm literally obsessed with now. This is my first time like trying to make it on my own because I was kind of like trying out different TikTok videos, and that just kind of wasn't what I wanted. I thought it was going to be a lot better, so I was kind of let down when I was trying those, but something just struck me one day. It was Wednesday of this week when I'm filming this now, and something just struck me so bad to just make baked oats. So I was like, let's just answer that calling. Let's do it. So that's what I did. I used pretty much the same exact recipe from our banana pancakes and just made baked make oats with that recipe. So that was half a cup of oats, half a tablespoon of baking powder, half of a banana, half a cup of oat milk, some cinnamon and vanilla, and then I added in a bunch of chocolate chips on top and just sprinkled on a little bit of like rolled oats just to give it a little nice look. And then I baked it in the oven for 35 minutes on 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and once it was finished I let it sit for about 5 minutes just so it could cool down and kind of like set, if that makes sense. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you got inspired to make some... That's my dog. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope this inspired you to make your own breakfasts or help inspire you to take maybe what I made and make your own out of it. Everything that I eat is simple, healthy, and delicious, and it's also vegan. So if you would like any more recipes, make sure you follow me for more. Comment if you have any other ideas down below so I can try them out and tell you what I think about it. Okay, that's it. Bye!